Good afternoon, everyone. Australians boiling like frogs in a pot. According to the BOM, I guess they'll need to average these cold temperatures for the month. Boston breaking cold records back to 1872. Cold records sweeping across the Midwest. Winter storm warnings out. And those of you in North America, cold that you've been experiencing over the last couple of days is going to morph into this, even colder by the end of the month. Now we have matchups with record cold and record snow in 3 locations on this Maunder Minimum temperature reconstruction map. And this is matching nicely with the entry into the new grand solar minimum. Media coming out with the same narrative. 12 years, we're doomed. Climate change. Let's look at the climate change that's happened in Switzerland over the years. Coats of arms in the cathedrals of Croatia. The cycles in time. The numbers in the cycles. And perhaps the prior civilization encoded their technology in myth, legend, and religion. And during these uncertain times, I've teamed up with my Patriot Supply long-term food storage. A nice, affordable starter kit. 2-week food supply, 1,500 calories per day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinners, plus the 4-gallon storage containers included in that. This is a good first step in getting more self-sufficient. And if you click through the Prepare with ADAPT 2030 page in My Patriot Supply, you can get this starter kit for $75. Please remember there's a limit of 2 per household in this special offer. Over the last couple of weeks, Australia diving into the media headlines, boiling like frogs in a pot. The news headlines screaming how hot this last week was. But I guess they're going to have to average in all these cold temperatures. And a glimpse into Winter Storm Indra. Snow totals California to Minnesota. Feet plus. This is on the heels of Winter Storm HArper in the same week, so the media headlines are just rolling in amongst themselves. Winter storm warnings out. Anywhere you see the purple, the red, the orange. Blizzard conditions, whiteout, heavy snows, record cold. Another graphic here from the National Weather Service showing you the winter watches, storms, blizzard warnings, and winter alerts. And then it jumps to enough cold air. Potential wintry setup is a definite wintry setup. And the lows that you're about to experience are nothing compared to what the chilly has been over the last couple of days. Here, January 21st, anywhere in North America, Canada, United States, Mexico, extreme cold temperatures, 15, 18 degrees Celsius below normal, which is about 25 degrees Fahrenheit. But as we progress through the next couple of days, this is on the 25th, it is actually going to get colder at the end of the month here. Now, as this thing whips and tapers out through Mexico and Florida, I'm really interested how this is going to push out with these wind chills and temperatures. Florida's going to lose an enormous amount of the citrus crop yet again this year, which makes it the 3rd year in a row. Seems like it's a trend. So I'm going to put out a falling iguana from the trees alert for Florida coming up the 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, and into February 1st. That 5 days, look for falling iguanas from the trees. If you find them, please warm them up and return them after the winter storm finishes, like has happened the last 2 years in a row. Looking at the daily highs here, through the 21st, 22nd, anywhere that you see a square box, new record low temperatures, and anywhere in that teal or going toward green-gray color, record cold temperatures as well. Looks somewhere around minus 26 degrees Fahrenheit, that type of range. Also polar plunge, behind this blizzard front that's rolling through, record cold temperatures yet again. Thousands of cold records are going to be smashed during this time. Even Ryan Maui talking about how much the models were off by 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Too warm. Glimpse in here to the temperature maps referenced. And notice to the top right there of the Great Lakes, that's minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This will be a look at the 850 millibar chart, not ground temperatures, what you just saw, but extreme historical cold is what they're calling this. These temperatures you're seeing about a mile up in the atmosphere is going to reflect on ground as well. Look for cold temperatures. Same temperature gradient map Wherever's below there on the ground, extreme record-breaking cold. Now, this is a temperature reconstruction map of the Maunder Minimum from 1640 to 1710. They've reconstructed how much the temperature dropped during those times. I think it's conservative at 1.3 degrees Celsius. There's a whole camp of academics out there putting it at 2.5 to 3 degrees Celsius. But now we have a third place on this map that shows record cold and record snows for the third year in a row. That dark blue over Europe this year, it's Austria, got Morocco again, and now we have these same places in the United States. Now, this was forecast for the decline into the grand solar minimum, that temperatures would start dropping, snow would increase, Europe would be really affected, North Africa as well, and we'd see a repeat in these darker blue areas in the United States. As weather patterns shifted, jet streams moved. We're seeing the exact setup, but nobody wants to talk about it. We might as well push out another narrative of CO2 that, hey, we only have 12 years, we're doomed unless we take action. Devastating consequences of climate change, extreme drought, food shortages, deadly flooding, but that is from the grand solar minimum. And this one here from Chris Fleischbader, taking a look at the climate swings in Switzerland. I want to wide that out for you because this is truly how much the climate has changed in Switzerland. Our climate's always changing. It's been recorded, these changes, through several civilizations prior to us and our own. So when I look for the cycles, 400-year-old cathedrals sitting on ley lines in Split, Croatia, the heraldry, the coat of arms. I thought, as above, so below, so what happens if I mirror this? The numbers are in there, the cycles are in it. And it's the same iconography and symbols that we've seen through time. They're always the same. And since civilizations repeat and cosmic cycles repeat, how would you pass down our technology to the next civilization that will follow us? Myth, legend, and religion. And architecture in the religion are the engineering diagrams and blueprints for technology, the last time our solar system passed through the galactic cross. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Tri-weekly podcast, mini Ice Age conversations, more in-depth analysis of the grand solar minimum, how it's going to affect your life, how you can protect your family, so you know what these changes will be and how fast they're going to occur. 30 minutes on the go, anywhere you can find a podcast hosted across the net. And if you're into snippets of information, social media feeds for ADAPT 2030.